Namaskar, I am Divya Singh Sharma from New India Junction, live for you all exam warriors and their parents from the office of NCPCR on channels of NCPCR, Doordarshan and New India Junction. We have had many guests with us who have helped you all to deal with your anxiety and stress connected to exams. Today we have a clinical psychologist with us, Dr. Sujata Satpathy ji. She is an additional professor at Delhi AIMS and she is here to answer all your queries and interact with you all today. Welcome ma'am. It's nice to have you on a show. मैम हमने काफ़ी ये सेशंस करे हुए हैं, स्टूडेंट्स के काफ़ी डाउट्स क्लियर हो चुके हैं, बट एज अ क्लिनिकल साइकोलॉजिस्ट व्हाट इज़ द फर्स्ट थिंग यू वुड लाइक टू टेल देम about connected to their stress and anxiety management?
Okay. Hello everyone. Namaskar to all of you. I am so happy that I am able to connect to you through NCPCR. And as Dibya said, that all of you have had the experience of many speakers in the past who in fact in a way told you many good things about how you handle your stress and anxiety during the exam, and also some people might have told you how to enjoy and keep yourself relaxed during the exam. Okay. I hope many of the tips that have been given in the past that you are already using, or some people might be facing some difficulties while implementing those tips. So today we will discuss all your difficulties during this exam preparation, and also how you face your results. Okay. So we will be focusing on your queries regarding these two things, before preparation and then after the exams are over, then what do you do to face the results. Okay. So let us see what questions you have kept for me, and I wish all the best to all of us, okay, for today's interaction. Right, Dibya?
Yeah. That's right ma'am, and thank you for structuring the conversation for us. This will give them also an idea to what questions they can ask us. Ma'am, before some students come live and start asking us questions, you said ki there are two areas that we need to focus on. One is before the exams and one is after the exams.
Yeah.
So let's start with the happy part,
Okay.
after the exams,
Okay.
before we go about beginning of the exams.
Dibya, if you look at after the exams, generally most of the students, or I can say majority of the students, they are happy, and more than happy, they are very relieved, okay, because the exams are over, okay, and there is some time in between before the results are out. So this is perhaps their best time to enjoy, okay, that is one thing. But there are a few number of students who may not be happy and relieved, because they might be very worried that I haven't done well, or I haven't done the way I was expecting myself to do. So what will happen to the results? Okay. And then in connection to that, every day the same thought might be in fact giving them troubles. Okay. And due to these thoughts, they might not be able to enjoy this period of time, whereas this period of time is very precious, and this is just one of the exams that all of you are going to face. Okay. So this period makes this period special, that one sort of exam is over from your life. Okay. This is not going to come back. So let us enjoy that first, the event itself. Then we will go on to other parts of the examination that you have done, or whatever you are doing currently to pass the time, right?
Nice, yeah. Ma'am. We have started getting live questions. Saburi from 12th class, she's a student from Delhi. She's asking, how can I inculcate positive attitude towards my future when I feel so scared during my exams?
Okay. Saburi, I think the first thing you have to do is that just keep focused on your present. Okay. You are a class 12 students. So be realistic, be grounded that you belong to class 12 only. Okay. Though I understand that many of the careers they start with class 12, or maybe they are based on the performance of class 12, especially in India. But slowly and gradually you see many of the exams are being conducted to in fact reduce the emphasis that you have been giving on class 12 exams and the results. Okay. And for example, so you don't have to worry much about class 12 results, because first thing is that there is going to be a very uniform exams to enter into any university. There is a common test, okay, government is doing to do that. So that way, why to worry about the future first, okay? Focus on your studies, whatever you read, just read it for your own understanding, for your own comprehension and for your own retention. That is very important. One is your understanding, one is your own thorough comprehension, okay, and then the retention part of it, that memory part of it, okay. If you are able to do these three things focusing on your curriculum, then there is no need to in fact worry about the future. Just focus ki whatever comes from these things that I have learned, I will be able to do it, okay, that is it. Just focus on the present, do not go to the future, because there are many things which are going to be changed in near future about your future, right. For example, I gave you that there would be a common entrance for entering into the university, okay. So just focus on the current studies that you are doing, right.
That's very right, ma'am. कि you focus on present, we think about the past and the future and we spoil our present.
Yeah.
तो focus अगर present में रहेगा तो सब ठीक ही होगा. Pooja from Rishikesh wants to know, she gets tense whenever my friends inquire about my preparation. So should I stop talking to them?
No, that's a very beautiful question and very common question also. And practically I can understand, if I go back to my class 12 exam, I really can understand keeping myself in your position, because I have already experienced it, right. But the issue is that it is you who will decide what has been read and what is to be read, okay, that is first thing. So you are your best judge, that is the first thing. So people may talk about that I have done almost the entire syllabus, okay, they might be, they might not be also. So whatever somebody says, whenever some kind of boasting or somebody is saying some truth, it is very difficult for you to distinguish between the two, okay. So the better method is that listening to everybody, hearing to everybody, not listening to anyone. You understand what I am saying? सुनना सबकी है but नहीं सुनना है, you understand? Because उसमें से कौन सच बोल रहा है, कौन बिल्कुल बोस्ट कर रहा है अपने आप को, it's very difficult for you to know and it is not your duty to know, okay. So इतना झमेला में घुसने से अच्छा है कि you know what is being read by you, what is left out, okay. So बाकी सारे जो बोलते हैं सुनते रहो, इस कान में घुसाओ, उस कान में निकालो. अगर कोई काम की काम है, कोई बोल रहा है कि ये वाला टिप्स इसमें बड़ा अच्छा काम कर जाता है, दिस क्वेश्चन इज इम्पॉर्टेंट, कीप इट इन योर माइंड. रेस्ट ऑल अदर थिंग्स कैसे प्रिपरेशन है, क्या है, एवरीबडी जनरली इफ यू से, देर आर मेनी रिसर्च स्टडीज विच से दैट की जो प्रिपरेशन टाइम होती है 10% बच्चों को छोड़कर, ओके, 10% बहुत अच्छा प्रिपरेशन में रहते हैं, 10% बहुत ख़राब प्रिपरेशन में रहते हैं. बाकी जो 60 से 80% बच्चे हैं, सबकी प्रिपरेशन मोर और लेस सेम होती है. तो चिंता किस बात की, बात करो तो भी चिंता वाली बात नहीं, क्योंकि तुम भी वही 60 से 80% बच्चों में आएंगे, चाहे बच्चा कुछ भी बोले तुम्हारे सामने. यू अंडरस्टैंड? और रिसर्च झूठ नहीं बोलता. So be very confident that you are coming within that 60 to 80% of the children whose preparation level is same, almost. So why to worry and what to worry for, right?
That's very nice.
Thank you.
I hope this tip helps, Pooja. What happens is जब लोग डिस्कस करते हैं तो अपनी एंजाइटी शायद दूसरों पे लाद देते हैं, जो तुम पर वो तुम्हें शायद एंजाइटी थी ही नहीं या स्ट्रेस थी ही नहीं उस बात की.
लादने से दिव्या बहुत ये कि वो अपना एंजाइटी रिलीज भी कर रहे हैं. ओके, सपोज आई बोस्टेड दैट कि मेरा तो ऑलमोस्ट डन है, और तुम बोलते अरे मेरा तो कुछ हुआ ही नहीं. सो आई फील लिटिल कंफर्ट, ओहो मेरा भी तो नहीं हुआ, चलो ठीक है, मेरे जैसा भी कोई है. ओके, सो दैट वे दैट दे गेट कंफर्ट व्हेन दे टॉक टू यू.
एंड सपोज कोई ऐसा कर दे कि भाई मैंने तो कुछ नहीं पढ़ा है, मेरा तो ये हो रहा है, तो किसी ने पढ़ा भी होगा तो शायद उसको लग सकता है कि शायद मेरा भी कुछ नहीं हुआ है.
ठीक, बिल्कुल ठीक.
So this happens.
बिल्कुल.
So Preetam from Ludhiana is asking, how can we overcome that fear of unknown questions during the exam, out of syllabus questions के बारे में?
आउट ऑफ सिलेबस क्वेश्चंस जनरली नहीं आते हैं, बट अगर आ जाते हैं तो बहुत कम मार्क्स के आते हैं, दैट इज़ फर्स्ट. एंड सेकंड, अगर आता है ज़्यादा मार्क्स के आती है तो जो भी बोर्ड आपकी एग्ज़ाम की कंडक्ट जो कराता है जो बोर्ड, इट इज़ देयर रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू नॉर्मलाइज द मार्क्स. So you don't have to worry about questions which come out of the syllabus. Okay, if you know something about that question, then definitely answer to best of your capacity. Okay, if you don't know, just leave it. Okay, because it is not you only who will be highlighting that this is out of question. Okay, the board will eventually come to know that these questions are out of the syllabus, and the majority of the children, they were not able to do it. If children were not able to do it, so definitely it is the board's responsibility to worry. It is not your worry. It is the board's worry what to do about those questions. So what is there for you to worry? If you want to answer it, attempt it. If you don't want to, don't want. Okay, don't do it. This is very simple, right?
That's true. You worry about the things that are in your hands.
Absolutely.
The things that are not in your hands, do not stress
And
about.
that is the board's worry. If it comes out of the syllabus, that is none of your worries. Okay, so let the board decide what to do about those questions, and you will not be losing any marks for that. Be sure about that. Okay, thank you.
We have a really interesting question from Rishabh. He says, my name is Rishabh. I am a little fatty. My back starts aching when I sit on a chair for a long time, and thus my concentration fades. What can be done because my boards are going on?
Okay. Although many studies research say that sitting position on a table and chair, that is ergonomically good for the body, okay, and perhaps good for the concentration, okay, because your spine is alert. If your spine is straight, you are alert, okay. That is why it is recommended, and it is also recommended when I said that ergonomically it is good, that is only keeping your spine, the entire spine in view. Okay. Although that is good and that is perhaps desirable, but there are also other positions where you can maintain your attention and concentration. For example, supine position. Okay. Supine means you are sleeping on your stomach. Okay. And then when you are sleeping on your stomach and then keeping the book in front of you, and then taking the help of your two elbows, you can just sit, lie down like this, okay, and that is good for your spine also, that is good for your concentration and attention also, and then you can write, you can read, you can do anything. That is the second position, okay. Third position is that you change between the two, okay. You take the position alternatively. Sit for some time, lie down on your stomach for some time, okay, and then again sit for some time like this. This also can be done frequently, okay, so that you don't get strain on your back, okay. I don't think that your fat, or I don't know your weight, so I can't really comment on that. But if you are obese, okay, or it's excessive fat, then also, I mean, it is better to avoid fatty things during the exam, because that will make you more sleepy, because the body will become bulky. You will feel fatigue very quickly, okay. So it's better to avoid fatty and junk foods frequently during the exams. Instead of that, go for all nutritions and very nutrition which are in fact meant for during the exams, for keeping you very alert and keeping you very in fact vigilant, okay. So that is better. Take care of your nutrition first, take care of your sitting position and lying down position when you study, and third is that don't think about your weight at this point of time. You can always do and think and structure your weight once the exams are over, because many times what happens while reading, many students, they have the habit of eating small things frequently, okay. For example, if you ask me, if I start reading and every day that happens for 4 or 5 hours I read, so I need something or the other to put in my mouth, okay. It may be a small toffee, it may be a little kurkure, it may be little chips, it may be something or the other, peanuts, anything, okay. So in that case, go for the nutritious ones, okay. Small little let us say grapes, small little peanuts, small little things that are I mean not very oily, not very fatty in nature, okay. So that you don't gain weight, but at the same time you are able to eat something or munching something. That's also I mean in fact very frequently happens.
Thank you, ma'am. These tips will be good for me also. I'll also take them into account. So another question that we have is, every time a day or night, any examination, my son falls sick due to stress. I think he's talking about anxiety attack. This question is by a parent, I think. There's no name. What should I do as a mother in such situation? Yeah, she's a mom.
Okay. First thing, as a parent, we must know the capacity or the capability or the ability of the child. First you know that, okay. All children, they cannot secure 90%, 80% or 100%, right. That is the first thing. But as parents, we always expect that our child does better, but this better is very difficult to define. So you have to define what is better for your child, that is first. So if you consider this, how do I define the better in my child or better for my child? First thing, I need to know his ability. What is his ability? Is he able to, I mean if you see the consistent performance, is he able to get 60%, 90%, whatever it is, okay. But when he gets 90%, 60% or 70%, how much stress does he take, okay, before the exam? If it is in his routine that he gets stressed out and then he falls sick, but he goes for the exam and he does well and then the results are good, okay. If that is the pattern, okay, you have to first break the pattern. Breaking the pattern in that will help your child to dissociate between the exam stress, falling sick, to reading preparation and getting the results. So first of all, you have to help him to break the cycle, okay. This time we are just aiming that whatever comes, just leisurely, whatever residual memory you have, just read it, cool, whatever comes we will see, okay. If you keep that approach, the child will also be relaxed. If the child's expectation is very high of himself or herself, that also has to be brought down by you only, okay. I mean whatever, it's class 9th exam, 10th exam, 11th exam, 12th exam, it's not, I mean all in our life, okay. This is not the only exam that we are going to face. Every year they are going to face examination, whether it is at college, whether it is at the professional university or wherever it is, okay. So why to worry, why to focus on the same exam twice or thrice in a year, okay. So you have to de-link between the two. Once you are able to de-link it, then the child's 50% of anxiety will come down, okay. So it is your duty to de-link it. If you are accepting whatever comes, we will take care of that, okay. And sometimes it is good to, let's see how to, I mean how does it feel when you come up with less marks, okay. That is also another experience. It's not that all papers, all the time, all examination will be very consistent, okay. Again, only 10% of the student or 10 to 20% of the students, they will maintain the consistency in performance over a period of years, but many of us will not be able to do that, okay. So you have to first, as an parent, you see the ability and capability of your child, relax him by de-emphasizing on the exam and exam results, okay. This is the second. And third is that you have to dissociate between exam stress, falling sick, and then your exam preparation of your child, okay. I hope that will help you, okay.
Yeah, parents, however, habit of passing on maybe their stress,
their own anxiety,
unknowingly,
bilkul,
unintentionally.
Bilkul.
A teacher has joined our conversation. She's asking, it is often noticed during examinations that children sweat a lot during writing a paper. So as a teacher, what can she do to help children in such a case?
Okay, that's a very practical and engaging question. Thank you for asking this. When you see that a child is sweating profusely during an exam hall, that means obviously the child is anxious, and not only anxious, very, very anxious, okay. And when we say sweating during examination, that means it's a autonomic system which is energized or in fact active, okay, to adapt the stress or anxiety that is being faced during the examination. So that is body's coping mechanism, nothing to worry, okay. That is first thing. Then what you can do is that if you see that, then you can just calm down the child, allow her to sit for 5 to 10 minutes and drink some water or give something sweet to him. Okay. So after that you can always say that ki whatever you want, whatever questions you find easier to answer, first attempt that. Okay. Then go for the next set of questions which are easier for you, and then go for the difficult ones at the end of it. Okay. And then in case you are able to come to the child, relax him, just giving 2-3 pats on his back. Okay. And then allowing him to take a stroll or drink a glass of water, whatever it is. Okay. Then I think the sweating and anxiety will go down, and automatically sweating will also go down. Right.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, it's often seen that students face a lot of panic attacks. Our next question is about panic attacks, but before we go into that question, I would like you to tell people what is a panic attack, so that people can recognize when it's happening to them, कि this what is happening to me is maybe a panic attack.
Okay.
So how to recognize what it?
जब हम panic attack बोलते हैं, it is intense fear first. Okay. So intense fear of something is going to be wrong, or something is going to be kind of happen in a very negative way. So this anticipation, the anxiety is there, fear and anxiety mixed kind of experiences or feelings, and then the anticipation that something is going to be terribly wrong. Okay. So these three things together can make you feel sick. You feel the anxiety and fear very intensely. Okay. So that that intensely that it breaks you down. Okay. And then you say that it is an attack. In a very simple way, I am not going to give you the definition, but in a very simple way you can explain and understand like this, कि when the feeling of fear and anxiety and apprehension about something is going to be bad or wrong or terribly troublesome, then these three types of feelings, okay, they will make you sick. बिल्कुल आपको बिल्कुल बीमार कर देंगे. एंड उसमें क्या होगा, जैसे अभी मैंने बोला, ये स्वेटिंग से लेकर छाती धड़-धड़ करने से, पल्स रेट बढ़ जाने से लेकर वेरियस एक्सपीरियंसेस इन द बॉडी, वेरियस सेंसेशंस इन द बॉडी विल experience. Okay. Some people also faint, some people remain unconscious for few seconds, few minutes. So it varies, the range varies. Okay. It can panic attack जब हम बोलते हैं तो कुछ देर से लेकर कुछ मिनट से लेकर कुछ घंटे तक भी हो सकता है. सो इट ऑल डिपेंड्स. हर एक की बॉडी डिफरेंट तरीके से रिएक्ट करती है, सबकी सिम्टम्स अलग हो जाती है, बट द रीज़न यहीं से शुरू होता है, इंटेंस फियर, इंटेंस एंजाइटी एंड देन apprehension regarding something is going to be very bad. Okay.
So it can be like breathlessness or restlessness.
It can be anything in your body, but all anxiety symptoms like you feel like you are choking. Okay. मैं सांस नहीं ले पा रही हूँ, मेरी हार्ट रेट इतना जोर जोर बढ़ गया है. ओके. ऐसा लग रहा है कि जान ही नहीं है पूरे बॉडी में. ओके. कुछ टाइम के लिए मैं बिल्कुल जैसे सेंसलेस होता हूँ, सुनाई तो देता है बट जैसे लगता है कि मैं फेंट कर गया हूँ.
Like all power has left your body.
ऐसे लगता है और इंटेंस फियर फील होता है. ठीक है ना.
Okay. So at least they know how to recognize this.
Yes.
So the question related to this, ma'am, was almost all the students face panic attacks during examinations. Negative thoughts dominate the mind of the student facing such panic attacks. How would you suggest tackling this?
Okay. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मैं एक करेक्शन उसमें चाहूँगी. ऑलमोस्ट ऑल चिल्ड्रेन दे डू नॉट एक्सपीरियंस पैनिक अटैक. अगेन पैनिक अटैक, इफ यू से वेरी फ्यू परसेंटेज ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स दे एक्चुअली फेस पैनिक अटैक. ओके. when we say use terminologies, these are all medical terminologies, but when we use these terminologies in layman's language and in common life situations, it feels like something has happened really terribly. But as I said कि सारे बच्चे, आपने जैसे लिखा ऑलमोस्ट ऑल चिल्ड्रेन दे एक्सपीरियंस पैनिक अटैक. नो, इट इज़ रॉन्ग. नॉट ऑलमोस्ट ऑल, very few percentage of the children they may experience panic attack. They may. Okay. Not all, and a very few percentage. That is the first correction. Second thing is that in case you feel intense fear, that means there is something terribly wrong before the exam started. Okay. What is that? First thing, डर तभी लगता है जब हम उसको फेस करने के लिए तैयार नहीं है. ओके. इफ़ वी आर रेडी physically and then mentally and then academically. When I say academically means मेरा अगर मान लो मैं हिस्ट्री मेरे पेपर है हिस्ट्री, ओके, और फिजिक्स वट एवर इट इज़, देर आर 10 चैप्टर्स इन इट, ओके, अगर मेरी प्रिपरेशन 50% से ज़्यादा है, ठीक है, तो थोड़ी सी टेंशन जो है मेरा कम होगा, एंग्जाइटी थोड़ी सी कम होगी. अगर ये 50% से कम है, एंग्जाइटी वहीं से शुरू हुआ कि मेरा तो ख़त्म नहीं हुआ, 2 दिन रह गया, कैसे और 5 चैप्टर में करूँगी, ओके. सो lack of preparation or inadequate preparation, okay, that is the major reason of anxiety and stress for many children, okay. So if you can start preparing for the examination at least 1 month before, okay, so that is the best way, okay. So that if you have 4 subjects or 5 subjects, you can allot or allocate time accordingly, so that you can go through at least to complete 70 to 80% of the syllabus, okay. If you are able to follow your schedule and then complete 70 to 80% of the syllabus of each subject, then you can always see that you can experiment this, okay, next year, and then you can see that during examination your stress is quite controlled, and whatever stress and anxiety is there, that will push you to perform better, okay. Because optimal stress, when somebody says कि एग्ज़ाम में स्ट्रेस होनी नहीं चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं है. एग्ज़ाम में अगर स्ट्रेस हमें नहीं होता है तो परफॉर्मेंस भी नहीं होगा. स्ट्रेस होता है तभी वो परफॉर्मेंस को पुश करता है ऊपर उठने के लिए, आगे बढ़ने के लिए. सो ऐसा नहीं बोलना है कि स्ट्रेस, एग्ज़ाम स्ट्रेस तो होनी नहीं चाहिए, एग्ज़ाम स्ट्रेस तो होनी बिल्कुल चाहिए, बट पॉजिटिवली होनी चाहिए, सो दैट पुशेस अस टू परफॉर्म एट आवर ऑप्टिमम लेवल. दैट इज, एंड दैट यू हैव टू डिसाइड कि मैं 1 मंथ पहले पढ़ना शुरू करूँ, सो दैट मेरा 70 to 80% एटलीस्ट तो कंप्लीट हो जाए, बाकी जो रशअप करना है वो मैं कर दूंगा. और ये जो 70 to 80% आप पढ़ोगे, सबसे पहले डिफ़िकल्ट चैप्टर्स तैयार करना है, ठीक है. जब डिफ़िकल्ट चैप्टर तैयार करोगे, ईजी के लिए टाइम कम भी रह जाएगा तो भी जल्दी हो जाएगा, कुछ नहीं तो ओवरलुक करके भी जा सकते हो, बट स्टार्ट विद द डिफ़िकल्ट चैप्टर सो दैट डिफ़िकल्ट पार्ट इज़ खत्म, ओके, दैट्स इट.
मैम, ड्यूरिंग एग्जाम स्टूडेंट स्ट्रेस, तो आप कहते हो अच्छी बात है स्ट्रेस फील करना, और करते भी हैं स्ट्रेस फील, तो ऐसे टाइम पे स्ट्रेस को हटा के स्टडीज़ में से फोकस करना, एग्जाम चालू है, व्हेन एग्जाम्स आर गोइंग ऑन, कोई इसके टिप्स या ट्रिक्स हैं?
एग्ज़ाम जब चालू है, जनरली द फर्स्ट एग्ज़ाम के टाइम में ही सबसे ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस रहती है. फर्स्ट एग्ज़ाम जब हो जाता है, स्ट्रेस लेवल थोड़ा कम हो भी जाता है, ओके, दैट इज़ द फैक्ट. सेकेंड थिंग इज़ दैट फिर एग्ज़ाम के अंदर अगर स्ट्रेस होता है, इसका मतलब कोई ऐसा एक सब्जेक्ट है जिसमें आपकी तैयारी कम है, वो सब्जेक्ट आपको अच्छा लगता नहीं है, वो सब्जेक्ट पढ़ने के लिए मन नहीं होता. यही तीनों कारण होते हैं जबकि आपकी तैयारी को अफेक्ट करते हैं. एंड दीज 3 फैक्टर्स व्हेन दे अफेक्ट योर प्रिपरेशन, सो यू आर नॉट एबल टू अगेन complete 70 to 80% of the syllabus thoroughly, okay. So that is the reason why you focus on what is the demotivating factor during the examination for preparing one subject or 2 chapters, whatever it is, okay. First you find out that, is it the fear, is it that you don't like the subject, okay. For example, I am giving it to you, when my daughter was in class 10th, so she doesn't like history as a subject, especially the civics part of it. So I kept on saying her that, oh, that's 10th, after 10th history will be over or civics will be over, so give a push and just clear it, okay. So similarly you think that perhaps this subject is not going to be there after this exam is over, okay. So give a push and just jump it. That should be your approach to that particular subject which is not very motivating for you, which is not very interesting for you, or maybe boring for you, okay. So keep that approach, okay, this is over means this syllabus is over and this paper is over, and maybe in next year I am not going to read the subject at all, okay. So that should motivate you that it's going to be over, right. Thank you.
सो फोकस इस तरह से हम ला सकते हैं कि तुम सोचो कि भाई ये तो अभी बस पार करना है, स्ट्रेस भूल के उस बस
अभी बस इसको पुश करके इसको खत्म करो यार, आगे नहीं करनी है,
आगे निकलो.
दैट्स इट.
नाइस. So sometimes the pressure of examination causes students to suffer from nervousness and memory block. It is usual for students to forget the answers while giving the paper due to the memory block. So how can this issue be tackled of nervousness and facing a memory block?
ओके, गोइंग मतलब गोइंग जो इन्होंने बोला है कि पूरा ब्लैकआउट हो जाता है,
मतलब
या पूरा ब्लैंक हो जाता है ड्यूरिंग द एग्जामिनेशन वाइल राइटिंग आंसरिंग सम क्वेश्चंस. मतलब आपको ऐसा लगेगा अभी अभी याद था बट आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिकॉल इट. ओके, as if it is like totally it is blank. Okay, I am not able to recall and write ki what should be its answer. At that particular moment, leave that questions immediately. Okay, shift to some other question. Okay, while writing some other question, generally it happens, mind works in that way that the question that earlier you left it, so automatically उसकी जो memory है धीरे धीरे आता है. ओके, और जब आता है देन अगेन कम बैक टू द प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन एंड जो छोटी छोटी वर्ड्स है उसमें जो याद आया जस्ट राइट इट डाउन. ओके, सो दैट यू कम बैक एंड कंप्लीट द आंसर्स अगेन आफ्टर दैट question is over. Okay, then complete it the other question, come back to the question you left out. Okay, if you follow this method, that will also help you during the examination. Okay, or just go around, sit quietly, very calmly, and then focus on your mind and some key words, some visual memory from the book, from the pictures or images that are in the book, or something that you have written down in your notebooks. Try to go for the visual memory of it. Okay, if the actual memory is not coming in terms of writing part of it, just go and remember that what picture was there. Okay, what was the paragraph looking like when I read it. Okay, what were the key words. Okay, if you are able to remember the key words, just put down the key words under that particular question and then frame your answer and write it down. It may not be exact, okay, that you had read, okay, but at least you will get some marks. You won't have to keep your answer sheet vacant. Okay, so just remember the keywords and write down the sentences across the keywords. It may not give you the full marks, but at least if it is going to give you few marks, that is also good, rather than leaving the question paper and getting anxious for the other questions.
And then getting anxious for the results of the
results.
paper.
Absolutely.
So this actually works, what ma'am is saying, because I have experienced it myself that when you go blank, what helps you is the picture memory of what you read about it.
Yes.
It has worked with me, so yeah. I can vouch for it.
Absolutely, absolutely. It works. So when we teach as teachers also, we must focus on the auditory memory, also the visual memory. Okay, so visual memory helps you a lot. Okay, and visual memory at least gives you some keywords, so that on the basis of those keywords you are able to recall some more keywords or sentences.
And then once you start writing,
then it comes down.
True.
It rolls down.
This has happened with me practically, so yeah. I've totally watched for it. Students often feel very anxious about exams due to the high stakes and the high pressure in the nature of exam, जैसे कि 10th board है, 12th board है. So anxiety prevents students from performing at their peak. Maybe they are well prepared, but performance gets affected. What would you advise to the students to reduce this anxiousness?
As I said in my first question also, you have to de-emphasize the exam itself. Okay, class 10th has no value at all nowadays. Okay, I can vouch for that. That is one thing. When I say it doesn't value much, I don't exactly mean that you don't have to study, you don't have to prepare, you don't have to expect anything. No, it is there. But the de-emphasis has to be given that I have to secure this much, otherwise my life is gone. Okay, that undue emphasis, okay, on class 10th exam, that should go down. That should absolutely vanish out. Okay, because that has no value. Even if you secure 100 out of 100 in class 10, it's not going to help you. So why to focus on that? Rather focus and judge yourself that which are the subjects that I am really liking, I am really enjoying, and I am able to remember in a better way, recall in a better way. Judge yourself during class 9th, 12th, 9th to 10th, these two in fact classes. Okay, see that what papers you are liking, what subjects you are liking, what are the things that keeps on coming in your mind, that these things should be answered, these are good things, I am able to remember these things, I am able to recall back these things. So judge yourself in that way. So read it to know yourself what you are good at, what you are not good at, what you are memorizing in a better way, what you are not memorizing in a better way, what you are liking, what you are not liking. If you are considering class 10th, then consider yourself in these 3 ways. Okay? Automatically your emphasis on the examination of class 10th, board, whatever you say, it will go down. Right? First you de-emphasize from, I mean you can say that class 10 का जैसे अभी तो वैल्यू है ही नहीं, that also you know. So why to emphasize? जब गवर्नमेंट एम्फासिस नहीं देती है तो why do you emphasize? Okay, your school doesn't emphasize on it, your government doesn't emphasize on it, then your parents also nowadays they do not give emphasis to class 10 board. So why do you have to give emphasis on that? Rather, as I said, you judge your motivation level, your interest, your memory power, your recall power, your likingness of the subjects, okay, and then continuing whether to continue all these subjects in class 11th or 12th or not, or maybe in graduation or not. Okay, you experiment on yourself and you judge yourself, make opinion about your studies. Okay, that is a better way to reduce the stress during class 10th board. Coming to class 12th. 12th is a period where your percentage of marks matters. Okay, definitely matter. That when I say percentage matters, again there is a system to reduce the stress from the examination marks. That is the university entrance or university intake entrance system that is coming. So again, if you focus on a subject, then see that what exactly is your you can say strength, and if you are able to find out your strength, focus on your strength first, rebuild and again re-strengthen your strengths. That is the first technique. And when you are preparing, let us say again I will give the example of 10 chapters. First find out which are the chapters that I am very comfortable with, okay, and just strengthen those chapters, and then coming to the other chapters which you really do not like, if you find it boring also many times, okay, then at least you think that ki boring to hai, let me go back to the question paper to see what is the emphasis of marks on these chapters. Okay. If the marks are more, okay, or questions from these chapters are more, then you have to put little bit of emphasis more on these chapters. Okay. Take help from your teacher, take help from your tuition teacher or your parents or elder brother or sister or even friends, okay, to reduce the feeling of boring or feeling of let us say disinterest from the chapter. Okay. It happens sometimes that the friends you do not like one chapter, but other friend likes that chapter. So when he or she narrates or kind of describes that particular chapter, she or he makes it so interesting that you feel that, oh, it is not that boring, it is not that difficult, okay, at least I could remember something, कुछ नहीं हुआ तो इसको तो लिख के आ ही जाऊँगी. Okay. So seeking help for those chapters is very important, okay, and you should keep it open always.
Ma'am, we have a new question from Anil. He is from class 9th. He is asking, how can we synchronize ourselves from the pressure from elders during our exams?
Okay, when you say elders, I understand that you are referring to your siblings, elder brothers and sisters, or maybe elder cousin brothers and sisters. Okay, look, one thing you need to understand, your parents also need to understand, you are not your elder brother or sister. Okay, you are absolutely different, you are absolutely unique. Okay, you have your own strength, you have your own weaknesses too. Okay, and you have your own potentiality. Maybe your elder brother or elder sister, she has an intelligence level of 130, okay, for example, okay, or maybe 80. Okay, it may go in either way ना, कम भी रह सकता है आपसे, ज़्यादा भी रह सकता है, okay, same भी रह सकता है, बट अगर ज़्यादा है तो आप कुछ कर नहीं सकते हो, बिकॉज वो तो पैदाइश आ गया है बुद्धि उसके दिमाग में। सो आपको कंपेयर करनी ही नहीं है, ना ही आपके पेरेंट्स को कंपेयर करनी है, ठीक है। अगर सेम IQ है लेकिन हो सकता है वो ज़्यादा मेहनती है, आप कम मेहनती हो, ओके, वो ज़्यादा पढ़ता है, आप कम पढ़ते हो, सी दोज इंडिकेटर्स, ओके, कि क्या चीज़ जो है मुझे डिफरेंट करता है। अगर IQ लेवल ही अलग है तो फिर आप भी कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो, ठीक है। अगर IQ लेवल सेम है तो फिर आप कर सकते हो, कहाँ वो क्यों इतना कर जाता है, मैं क्यों नहीं कर पाता हूँ। अगर करने का मन है तो लुक आउट फॉर दोज इंडिकेटर्स, क्या वो ज़्यादा मेहनत करता है, मैं कम करता हूँ, या कोई चैप्टर वो दूसरे तरीके से पढ़ता है, मैं दूसरे तरीके से पढ़ता हूँ। फाइंड आउट दोज इंडिकेटर्स कि व्हाट मेक्स हिम और व्हाट मेड हिम बेटर दैन यू, okay. Your parents many times may be able to help you, just find out those tips from them, but don't allow them to compare you with your elder brothers and sisters. You too also, as I said, since you are unique, since you are different, you have your own strengths and weaknesses, don't compare yourself with anyone, okay. Do positive comparison with yourself, okay. Self comparison or positive comparison with self, like last time I got 14 out of 20, so this time I will go up to 15 or 16, so keep that comparison open. So just little bit of marking कि 9th half yearly I had, let's say 23 out of 30 marks of term exam. So this next exam I am going to have at least 2 to 4 marks or 2 to 5 marks more than that, okay. So keep that yardstick for you. Compare yourself with your own performance, okay, what you did or your past performances, okay. So that will help you a lot. And the indicators, as I told, that how others are securing more marks than you, if the intelligence level is same, then find out that it may be a difference, the effort that you are putting, the effort they are you are putting and they are putting, and the most distracting factor, it could be due to the use of mobile as well, okay. Check on that, okay. That is also a very big indicator, that whether how much mobile you are in fact spending time on, and how much time your elder brother or sisters they were putting on mobiles, okay. That also will give you the indication that where do I lose time, where do I waste time, because when you are stick to a mobile, it may be flipping through WhatsApps, social networks, maybe YouTubes, that also brings in fatigue in your mind, okay. So when the mind is fatigued, you may not be able to know it directly, okay, but that will be reflected when you read something, not able to concentrate, not able to remember, okay, or retain properly, or you can always say that कि after reading something और 1 घंटा का पढ़ लिया, अब तो बिल्कुल नींद आ गया, बिल्कुल नींद आ गई है, मुझे तो अब और नहीं पढ़ा जाता है, ओके, ये होता है, बिकॉज वो थक जाता है जब माइंड, तब वो पढ़ने के लिए सीधा नहीं होता है, बिल्कुल रेडी नहीं होता है, आपकी बात सुनेगा ही नहीं, आप चाहे 2 घंटा पढ़ लो वो लेगा नहीं अंदर कुछ. सो रादर दैन फाइटिंग विथ योर ब्रेन, it is better find out what is that I can reduce, or I can in fact pull back myself from that, so that I am able to focus on my studies which is required at this point of time, especially class 12 time, okay. What my daughter does, she is also in class 12, what she does is that during study hours she does not keep a mobile with her. So she hands over the mobile to any one of us who is present, or else give me so that I can bring to my fathers or grandmother's stage. They will always say you that सुबह उठ के सबसे पहले तो मतलब फ्रेश होके सब करके खाना वाना खा के पहले तो पढ़ना है, ओके. बट नाउ इट इज़ वी आर सीइंग ए ट्रेंड, ओके, कि जो बच्चे हैं सबसे सुबह उठ के ब्रश करें ना करें मोबाइल खोल के बैठ जाते हैं, आज इफ दे आर द इनफैक्ट प्रेसिडेंट पावर मिनिस्टर्स और प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ द कंट्री, कि मोबाइल देखने से, बट जिनकी बात मैं कर रही हूँ उन लोग सुबह उठ के मोबाइल तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं देखते हैं.
The prime minister does yoga and
absolutely. So they focus on themselves, because that in the whole day they don't get time for themselves, okay. So you don't focus on yourself on when you get up in the morning, rather you focus on the what is happening amongst the very non-significant friend groups on Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, all those things,
all external factors,
right, which are not focusing on you. So better if you have that habit, you can get rid of the habit. How? I will tell you. As I said you, if you are going to sleep in the night, it may be 11, it may be 11:30, it may be 10:30, whatever is the time, give the phone to the trusted adult or keep it in your parents' room. Okay? And when you get up, obviously you cannot open the phone immediately. Okay? So freshen up and then do whatever little things you have to do, and then you can while taking breakfast you can just flip through. That is the better way of looking at the mobile in the morning, right?
I think this is a tip for parents, teachers and all of us also in the work life. The phone has started to control us. It should be the other way around. We should control the phone. And
phone is a very beautiful thing. Mobile is such a wonderful object we have, but yes, it all depends how we use it. Okay, the moment the phone starts using us, then we are gone. Okay, that is what is happening for the younger generation. Okay, they might think that your father is getting up in the morning or mother is getting up in the morning, they are looking at the phone, but they are different, you are different, because they are working people. Okay, many times they have to open up the phone to see the messages, to see the mails which are important for them. Okay, so do not compare or do not take indicators from them, because these two groups are entirely different. Students in class 12 and their parents, they are two different groups. Okay, so you do not make yourself exactly consider yourself the same as your parents. No, they are working, they have many things to do, but you don't have anything to do, right?
And they have cleared all the exams that you
absolutely absolutely, they have cleared all their exams. At that point of time there was no mobile also.
lesser distractions. Ma'am, connected to these sleep pattern that you were talking about, there is a question. Due to the pressure of exams, students suffer from sleep disorders and eating problems also, which affects the health. What would you suggest to students for creating a parity between the health and studies?
Okay, that's a very important question. In fact, when you say sleep, I will definitely say that the hours of sleep, okay, somebody says that 8 hours of sleep is necessary. Some people may say that 7 hours of sleep is necessary, but the question is that minimum 6 hours of sleep during examination is very, very important. First thing, minimum. Okay, it's also the maximum. Let us limit the maximum. Maximum should be 8 hours, not more than that. Okay.
Yeah, that is also important.
That is also important. Okay. When I say 6 hours of minimum, but many times it also happens that next day is the examination, you are not able to complete the flip through or the run through of the revision. Okay. So many times also you sacrifice these 6 hours. You may sacrifice, but at least minimum 4 to 5 hours is essential and essential. That should be. So 1 hour, in fact you can say the extra time that you have, okay, out of 6 hours which you can take out, but not less than 5 hours definitely during the examination, because lack of sleep or inadequate sleep, that causes you failure in remembering. Okay, that affects your working memory. So you fail, you know everything, you have read everything, okay, but जो बोलते हैं ना एन वक्त पर वो याद ही नहीं आया, ठीक है, आप एग्जाम हॉल में बैठे हैं, याद ही नहीं आ रहा है.
This is connected to that question. Yes. The person that asked कि हम blank हो जाते हैं, memory blank हो जाता है. So maybe it is due to lack of sleep. आप अपना sleep pattern
जल्दी खाना है, एग्जाम से पहले जल्दी खाना है, डेफिनेटली जल्दी सोना है, इसीलिए बोलते हैं so that you complete your sleep duration. Okay, why it is required, why it is important, because आपने जितना पढ़ा एग्ज़ाम के टाइम में सबसे ज़्यादा पढ़ाई होती है. ओके, जो आप साल भर में नहीं करते हो एग्ज़ाम के दौर में वो कराया जाता है. सो इसका मतलब आप सोचो कि ब्रेन के ऊपर और जो याददाश्त और मेमोरी का घर है उसमें कितना ज़्यादा प्रेशर ऑल ऑफ ए सडन आपने दे दिया. ठीक है, जब आपने ऑल ऑफ ए सडन इतना सारा 10 घंटा पढ़ लिया, 8 घंटा पढ़ लिया, जो कि उसकी आदत भी नहीं है इतना करना, ऑल ऑफ ए सडन आपने प्रेशर दे दिया उसके ऊपर. सो उसको टाइम चाहिए, उसको सारा डाइजेस्ट करके सेफ कस्टडी में रखने के लिए ब्रेन को हमारी टाइम चाहिए. मैं अगर सीधी शब्द में, सिंपल शब्द में बताऊं, ठीक है. सो आप टाइम नहीं दोगे तो वो कैसे स्टोर करेगा उसको टाइम. तो अगर आपने अपनी कपबोर्ड से सारा सामान निकालते हो, ओके, सारा सामान इकट्ठे 10-12 रैक आपने खाली कर दिया, है ना, तो आप अगर आप टाइम नहीं दोगे वो स्ट्रक्चर होके तो नहीं रहेगा, वो हापाजर्डली ऐसे ऐसे करके आप डाल दोगे उसके अंदर, सो ऐसे ही रहेगा। तो एग्ज़ाम का टाइम है, जो एग्जैक्टली याद आना है वो आएगा नहीं। सो ब्रेन को समय चाहिए, उसको सिस्टमेटिकली जो घर में जो रखना है, जैसे रखना है, वो क्यू वर्ड लेके वो सारा स्टोर करे। दैट इज़ द रीज़न वाई स्लीप इज़ वेरी एसेंशियल बिटवीन द एग्ज़ाम एंड बिफोर द एग्ज़ाम डे।
तो कुछ भी हो जाए स्टूडेंट्स, 5 घंटे तो आपको सोने ही है, इवन इफ आपको लगता है कि पढ़ाई नहीं हो पाई है या जो भी है।
नहीं हो पाई तो नहीं हो पाई, जितना हुआ है उसका अगर करोगे उससे बेहतर मार्क आएगा रादर देन होल नाइट जाग के पढ़े।
जो आता है वो ढंग से लिख नहीं पाओगे अगर सो नहीं पाओगे, तो इसलिए परफॉर्मेंस विल गेट अफेक्टेड, सो स्लीप इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट।
वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट।
Okay. Ma'am, Keshav Sharma from 8th class Himachal is asking, does studying late nights always ensure good marks? ये connected है question.
ये इसलिए है, मैं तो बिल्कुल नहीं एग्री करूँगी, from two point of view. One is that it doesn't work for me, okay, that is first point, and it is not even working for me now also. I don't have a habit, and I also whenever I tried I failed. Okay, so that is one, my own personal experience. And the second thing is that if you look at the research bodies, you can always say that it varies from student to student, and it varies from habit of the student across students population. Okay, and it never ensures, never, when I say never, it means as per the research, it is not the only factor which ensures good mark. Okay, even if you read the whole night, you still have a need to sleep, otherwise the mind will not store anything, the brain will not store anything, right. So it is very important that the number of hours of studies, it is important, but the thoroughness when you study for that many hours, taking breaks in between and then reading it thoroughly, that is also equally important, राइट. सो इसलिए आप ये ना बोले कि खाली एक ही फैक्टर है कि भाई बहुत देर तक पढ़ने से, रात भर पढ़ने से ही बढ़िया रिजल्ट्स आता है. नो, इट इज़ नॉट दैट. द रिसर्च नेवर कनेक्ट्स बोथ ऑफ दिस टुगेदर.
And also, ma'am, it's also personal, right?
It is very personal. Very
like
personal.
You're a morning person,
yes,
or you're a late night person.
Absolutely.
Your concentration power or energies are highest at what
highest
time?
At what time? That you have to. That's what I'm saying. Class 9th and 12th, you have to explore many things about yourself. Okay? कि मेरी स्टडी टाइम क्या है, सबसे ज़्यादा मुझे किस टाइम में याद रहता है ना. तो जो आपके टाइम है उसमें कम मेहनत में आप ज़्यादा याद रखोगे. ठीक है, ज़्यादा समझ में आएगा.
एंड मे बी द मेथड आल्सो मैटर्स, लाइक किसी को अकेले पढ़ना पसंद है, किसी को
बिल्कुल, किसी को ग्रुप में पढ़ने, किसी को पढ़ाने में वो याद रख लेता है,
किसी और को पढ़ाने से अच्छे से याद
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. सो डिफरेंट, सो दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, ईच इंडिविजुअल और ईच स्टूडेंट इज यूनिक and each student has his or her own strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so comparing yourself with others, that means many times what we do, we compare potato with tomato. Okay,
apples, oranges.
Apple, oranges. So they are two different things. Their taste is different, their fragrance is different, their shape is different, everything is so different.
तो two students with different qualities will not give you the same result.
Everything.
तो I think parents और teachers के लिए भी ये learning है कि you should not compare others कि देखो उसके अच्छे marks आ जाए तो आप उनकी तरह क्यों नहीं मेहनत करते उनकी तरह. I think it gives a very negative impression.
And बच्चे चिढ़ जाते हैं,
चिढ़ भी जाते हैं और एक पूरे नेगेटिव जोन में चले जाएंगे, डिप्रेशन में चले जाएंगे.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
हो सकता है दे जस्ट से मुझे पढ़ना ही नहीं है, वैसा भी हो जाएगा. इट हैपेंस मे बी समटाइम्स. मैम, पैनिक अटैक्स पे एक बार वापस आते हैं बिफोर वी एंड आवर सेशन कि हमें पता चल गया कि व्हाट इज़ अ पैनिक अटैक, उसमें क्या क्या हो सकता है और उसको डील करना भी आपने थोड़ा बहुत बताया हमको. बट व्हाट इज़ द वे टू अवॉइड सच अ सिचुएशन, बिकॉज कभी हो सकता है तुम्हारे साथ कोई है नहीं तुम्हें हेल्प करने वाला, यू आर अलोन एंड यू सडनली हैव दिस थिंग. तो खुद अगर तुम अकेले हो तो एक तो प्रिवेंशन इसका और एक क्योर अगर हो गया है तो हाउ टू टैकल इट द सिचुएशन.
दो चीज़ है इसमें. एक तो जब प्रिवेंशन हम कैसे करें, जब हम प्रिवेंशन की बात बोलते हो, अभी तक की जितनी सारी चीज़ मैंने बोला, स्पेशली द प्रिपरेशन. ओके, you have to be physically ready, you have to be mentally ready, you have to be also academically ready, okay, to face the examination. That is the first step. Okay, or first, you can say first level of prevention. Okay, so when I say this, So that means you are already you have already started about the thinking about the examination. When you start thinking about the examination or your performance, first thing is what is there in the syllabus. Okay, what I am good at out of these subjects or out of these papers or these topics from a subject, what I am good at, what I am not good at. That is also one of the prevention tips. Okay, first level is that. Second level, what is interesting for me, what is not interesting for me. Okay, that is second. Third is what I have tried before, okay, but I wasn't successful. This doesn't work for me. If I study in this way, then it doesn't work for me. That also you have to keep in your mind. You have to be very vigilant, very alert कि what is working for you, what is not working for you. Okay, that's also a part of prevention. And the second part is physically अगर तैयार करना है, खाना पीना सोना, ये तीनों चीज़ सही ढंग से होनी चाहिए एंड इसमें आंख बंद करके जो पेरेंट्स बोलते हैं वो मान लेनी है. दैट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, वो आपकी एक्सपर्टीज एरिया नहीं है, खाना पीना सोना, ठीक है. इट्स बेटर कि एटलीस्ट दे आर मोर एक्सपीरियंस दैन यू. ओके, सो बेटर है उन्हीं की बात मान लो, जो बोलते हैं खा लो, जो बोलते जब बोलते हैं सो जाओ, ये बेटर है. उसके लिए चिंता ही नहीं करना है, ठीक है. मेंटल कैसे प्रिपरेशन हुए, एकेडमिक प्रिपरेशन मैंने बोल दिया, फिजिकल प्रिपरेशन बोल दिया. एकेडमिक प्रिपरेशन एटलीस्ट जैसे मैंने पहले भी बोला है 1 मंथ पहले, एटलीस्ट 1 मंथ पहले एग्ज़ाम की प्रिपरेशन तैयार शुरू हो जानी चाहिए. ओके, जब मैं एटलीस्ट बोलती हूँ, मैं ये नहीं बोलती हूँ कि आप 2 महीने पहले तैयारी नहीं करना, आपको नहीं करना है, ऐसा मैं नहीं बोल रही हूँ. ठीक है, जो 2 महीना में करता है वो तो बहुत ही बढ़िया है. ठीक है, आपके पास टाइम है, थोड़ी सी टाइम को ऐसे ही बिताने के लिए भी आपके पास टाइम रह जाएगा. ठीक है, थोड़ी सी टाइम आप कहीं भी लूज आउट कर दो, ये कर लो, गप्पे मार लो, मूवी देख लो, कुछ भी कर लो, टाइम बाहर घूमने चले गए हो 2 दिन के लिए. अगर आप 2 महीने के से शुरू करते हो, ये सारे आपकी जो यू कैन से दैट ये जो आपकी रिवार्ड है, ठीक है, ये आप लेते रहोगे पूरे ड्यूरेशन में. 1 महीना हो जाता है तो थोड़ा सा छोटा पड़ जाता है. तो इस वजह से ये जो छोटी छोटी चीज़ें मैंने बताया वो थोड़ी सी स्कोप उसकी कम हो जाती है. ठीक है, सो इसकी स्कोप बढ़ानी है तो 2 महीने पहले शुरू करो. स्कोप अगर नहीं है, वैसे भी नहीं था, अभी भी नहीं है, तो 1 महीना पहले मिनिमम शुरू करो. दैट इज़ द एकेडमिक प्रिपरेशन एंड मेंटल प्रिपरेशन. एंड गो स्ट्रक्चरली. अगर आप डिसाइड नहीं कर पा रहे हो, किसी भी टीचर या ट्यूशन टीचर, स्कूल टीचर, एल्डर ब्रदर सिस्टर, किसी का भी हेल्प लो. Okay, don't think that you know everything about yourself. That is also a very wrong assumption many a time. Okay, so don't go for that. किसी को पूछो कि how to go about it. I am not able to decide कि कौन सी सब्जेक्ट पहले शुरू करूँ, कौन सी चैप्टर पहले शुरू करूँ. Okay, so they will be able to guide you in a better way than you do. Okay, and then अभी उसमें आते हैं कि जो पैनिक अटैक नहीं होने की प्रिवेंशन. इतना अगर आप कर लेते हो, आपने पैनिक अटैक नहीं होने के लिए ऑलमोस्ट इंश्योर कर ही लिया है. ठीक है, अगर आप इतना कर लेते हो. उस बीच अगर आपने ये भी कर लिया कि तबीयत ख़राब लग रही है एंड लेट्स से बिल्कुल एग्ज़ाम के बाद से ही इतनी टेंशन होती है कि पढ़ाई नहीं हो पाती है, तो डेफिनेटली पापा मम्मी के साथ शेयर करो. डांट खाओ लेकिन फिर भी शेयर करो. पापा मम्मी अगर सपोर्टिव है, टेक देयर हेल्प. ओके, गो फॉर ए प्रोफेशनल फॉर एनी काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर्ड हेल्प टू यू एंड इट वर्क्स इन ए वंडरफुल वे. सो ऐसा नहीं कि आप पागल हो गए हो या आपकी दिमागी हालत ठीक नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं है. एग्ज़ाम के टाइम में बहुत बच्चों के साथ ऐसा होता है, बहुत कॉमन भी है. सो यू टेक हेल्प फ्रॉम ए प्रोफेशनल. ओके, दैट इज़ द बेटर वे. एज फार एज द क्योर इज़ कंसर्न, अगर पैनिक अटैक हो गया है, हाँ, एंड आपको किसी ने बोल दिया है और आपको लगता है कि आप बिल्कुल कंट्रोल नहीं कर पा रहे हो, बच्चा इज़ आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल एंड बच्चे को आप मैनेज नहीं कर पा रहे हो, तुरंत इसको पास वाला हॉस्पिटल की इमरजेंसी में लेके जाइए, या पास में कोई डॉक्टर है उनके पास ज़रूर लेके जाइए. सो दैट हम कम से कम और जल्द से जल्दी, ठीक है, कम से कम टाइम और जल्द से जल्द टाइम से हम इंटरवीन कर सके और बच्चा जो है उससे निकले.
Because it's important to calm the person down immediately. Yes. What are the steps that can be taken? Suppose hospital जाने में time है या दूर है, तो तब तक क्या करना चाहिए उनको calm down करने के लिए या normal?
It all depends कि वो किस हालत में है. ठीक ठीक है, ऐसे कोई गोल्डन ये नहीं है कि काम डाउन के लिए आप ऐसे कर सकते हो, बट येस इट ऑल डिपेंड्स कि अगर बच्चे की बिल्कुल आप मैनेजेबल नहीं है तो तुरंत हॉस्पिटल में पहुंचाना बहुत ज़रूरी है। आप मेनली कहीं चोट ना लग जाए, बच्चा गिर ना जाए नीचे, ये ध्यान में रखना बहुत ज़रूरी है। उसको कंफर्टेबल पोजीशन में रखना है, ठीक है। अगर बच्चे को पानी चाहिए, कुछ चाहिए, वो भी आप दे सकते हो। थोड़ा सा अपने मन से उसको रिलैक्स बनाने के लिए, थोड़ा सा काम डाउन करने के लिए जो भी ये तरीका आप अपनाना चाहते हैं वो भी अपना सकते हैं, बट फाइनली आपको लेके जाना है हॉस्पिटल और वहीं से उसकी क्योर जो ट्रीटमेंट पार्ट शुरू होता है, अगर इट इज़ ए रियल पैनिक अटैक। सो दैट शुड बी रिमेंबर्ड। आप अपने आप सारी चीज़ डील नहीं कर सकते एज ए पेरेंट और एज ए स्टूडेंट।
सो थैंक यू मैम। जैसा कि मैम ने कहा है, इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट दैट यू डोंट थिंक ऑफ go taking clinical help of a psychologist or psychiatrist as a stigma। इसका मतलब यही नहीं कि आप पागल हो गए हैं, एंड थेरेपी एंड क्लिनिकल हेल्प और प्रोफेशनल हेल्प इज़ गुड, और बच्चे नहीं बड़े भी लेते हैं, हर किसी उम्र में हर किसी को ये हो सकता
बिल्कुल,
है।
बिल्कुल। एंड ये बड़ा कॉमन है कि हम कहीं ना कहीं अटक जाते हैं लाइफ में, ठीक है, कहीं ना कहीं गिर जाते हैं, उठ नहीं पाते हैं। सो कोई अगर हाथ पकड़ के उठा लिया तो हो गया काम। जरूरी नहीं है कि हम मेंटल पेशेंट है।
हाँ, इसमें कोई स्टिग्मा नहीं है, इट्स वेरी नॉर्मल। कोई आपके बॉडी का एक ऑर्गन है, सर्दी खांसी होती है, नाक खराब हो जाता है, थोड़े देर में थोड़ा हो सकता है स्ट्रेस बढ़ गया है, दिमाग पे प्रेशर आ गया,
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल,
इट्स एब्सोल्युटली नॉर्मल। सो ऑन दैट नोट मैम, वी वुड लाइक टू एंड द सेशन।
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, and thank you all for in fact, for a set of beautiful questions, very intriguing questions, and in fact, thank you for listening to me, and hopefully all the best to all of you, and hopefully you all will take it forward. Okay, this is just one of the exams. There are many exams throughout your life, so don't take it so seriously.
Make it a part of your life. Thank you for tuning in. This is Divya Singh Sharma from New India Junction signing off. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.